So I will show you how I created the self-portrait. I laid down on the floor, and as you can see, I have my phone here. I had my daughter kind of straddle me and maybe position the camera and hold it so, because my tripod was not long enough. And then you can't see it now, but I had a remote in this hand here, and I pressed the trigger. Then I got up and I placed the curtain around me on the floor, and I took several photos of the curtain in different places. And I went ahead and I removed those from their original layer, and I placed them on this layer here. And that's why they kind of look like they're floating, and the lighting is a little different. So I kind of filled the frame with those. I'm just going up and down here in my screen so that you can see all the layers. I added some toning there, some more curtains there, and here we're getting into some of the toning and shading. And this doesn't quite make sense because I'm going kind of backwards of how I built the image. Usually I build the image and then I go back and I add shadows and dimensions and things like that. So I will show you. This is where I place myself. Oops, where am I? This is where I place myself. I think I have this blurry thing here for dimension, and you'll see that now. I was making a shadow here, and that's what you'll see. So as you can see here, I'm kind of floating on top. So I added some shadow here so that you can see that I will not be floating shortly. Here's some toning. Here I'm reducing the pinks from the image a little bit, the magentas. And here this light here was too bright, so kind of darkened that down a little bit. So more toning, darkening down of those highlights. And I wanted to separate myself from the subject. And so I did that with light, by bringing out the natural light that was already there. And I'm adding a little bit of orange color just to make myself have a little bit of more aliveness, if you will. And again, making myself pop with some highlights, kind of toning those highlights a little bit. And here I'm adding some streaks of light just to kind of bring everything together and give it a bit of a painterly feel. And I'm toning down here the edges, just toning those down a little bit so that the center and most important part of the image really pops out of the screen. And just playing with curves adjustment here, really making myself float and pop up. I'm adding some yellow texture background, and the opacity here is on overlay. And I am adding some more. This one is a gray overlay layer. And this layer here, making myself pop even more and toning down the background. So I went from this to this. Again, from this to this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Adios, until next time.